like to think of ourselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, as I've gotten older, I've gravitated more towards Batman. Just in like of all the things about him, the fact that he thinks ahead on everything.
Leon wants a boy ward. That's the truth.
I do have a pair of tights in your size. I'm just saying, the opening's there.
Hey, he's my boy virgin. I already told you.
Damn it.
Oh man.
But that idea, like, you know, he's a guy who like he's all about taking care of business, thinking several steps ahead of everybody, and I find in my life I have to do that a lot. So that's why I like that character. And I have a big soft spot for don't you do it. You about to slam me, and no.
No, I was just going to say that's why I like Aquaman, because I like to talk to fishes.
And finally, I would say, like, I'm a big lover of Superman. And this is just a total appreciation about this character, and that when Superman started, he was, like, moderately powerful. And that Superman was kind of a tough guy and a jerk.
He couldn't even fly. He jumped like the Hulk.
Right.
But what nobody's really noticed is, like, over the decades, as Superman has gotten more powerful, he's become more restrained. And there's something about that. The fact that, like, wow, the more power I have, the less I need to use it, or the smarter I need to be about it. To the point where he seems passive and people are like, oh, he's a big pussy. It's like, no. He realizes what he has.
he can just kill you by looking at
exactly.
you hard.
And so he's more about, like, how can I not use my power and solve these
I'm trying to think of a superhero that's well adjusted, and none of them really come to mind.
Well, actually, Peter Parker is pretty goddamn well adjusted considering what he has to deal with all the time. He always ends up making the right decision, except when Joe Quesada steps in and goes, you know what I think Parker would do?
Oh my God! Okay, I can't remember if this is
Joe
Deadpool who
K-Fisto?
wanted to argue with me because he's like, "Come on, you really think they'll screw up an Avengers movie? I mean, don't you have any faith in Marvel?" And I'm like, "Wait, you mean the Marvel who just erased 20 years of Spider-Man's history?"
Oh, see, now I'm split. I don't know what the hell to do here because I side with him on the Avengers thing, but not because of the "don't you have faith in Marvel." It's like, no, I have no faith in Marvel.
Right.
Didn't you see Ghost Rider? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The last two Punisher movies, Daredevil.
Exactly.
What do
It's
you
like,
want?
look, they had two
Jeff
good
Loeb's
movies.
the
Matter of
Hulk?
fact, they had one really great, outstanding movie and one good movie.
Yeah.
That does not set a new precedent for your track record.
Well, I actually really loved The Incredible Hulk myself. I actually almost
it's a
love
good
it as
movie.
much as
I think it's a really good
Iron
movie.
I
Man.
dug it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I don't think it needs a sequel as much as I want one for Iron Man, but still. But that's because of that awesome Iron Man ending. And I'm not talking about the epilogue.
No,
I'm talking
screw the
about
epilogue.
I'm talking about the whole fuck the continuity. Yes, I'm Iron Man, which was a ballsy, perfect movie decision.
It wasn't him saying fuck the continuity. It was him saying fuck Spider-Man and Batman.
Yeah.
It's him saying, like, you know what? Screw all these other heroes who whine and are dark and brooding about their powers.
You're right.
I have something cool, and I'm going to have fun with it.
Yeah, I'm a millionaire playboy, and do you honestly think that this guy in real life for a second could hold back from telling everyone, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm Iron Man. Check this out.
Exactly. That's what makes that movie so fun. You're like,
Guess who's here, bitches? It's Iron Man!
Whoa!
I'm rich, bitch, and I'm Iron Man.
it's like, yes.
Starring Tron as Iron Man.
It's like as if you couldn't be any more jealous of this rich playboy who has sex with hot supermodels day and night.
Already.
No, he's a superhero too. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, I think that if they're smart, they're going to use all that in the next one to bring him down a notch on some level. Which I'm curious.
Demon in a bottle.
Ooh, I know. They should make him an alcoholic.
You think?
No way.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea. Nobody's done that before.
You genius.
Or they should make him a total douchebag.
Dylan asks, I'm a script writer. Do you think you can give me any ideas on what to write?
Check out the blog I posted today. I've given you 5 ideas on something to write about.
That's more generous than I would be because my whole thing is, look, man, you don't think I don't want to write a script that's successful? What, I'm just going to hand you my ideas?
No,
hey,
I thought that too, and I thought, you know what? The blog I posted today was 5 ideas for things to write about for movies. So go check it out, and then right away.
There you go. I mean, good luck. I wish that everybody who wants to write out there nothing but good luck. But, you know, hey, man, look, we're in this industry too. If
you want to be a writer, you don't need to be thinking, what should I write next? I don't have any ideas. It should be, I have too many ideas.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Ooh, I know. Why don't you write a story about a guy who's trying to write a screenplay, but is instead a real failure?
Oh,
sorry.
Man.
Adaptation?
No.
Obviously, Dylan was the wrong name for you. Bob wrote 6 songs every time he took a shit.
Hey, I just wrote a new song about taking a shit.
I look like Vincent Price.
Not a toilet paper.
I can't think.
Clowns have eyes.
Yes. And that was Lee Hug's giant impression of Bob Dylan at once.
Oh, is that what you guys were doing?
To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
I started reading Batman R.I.P., which is being written by Grant Morrison.
Grant crazy as shit, Morrison.
Grant crazy, crazy.
I know magic. I'm spooky.
Grant freebasing furniture polish.
And Grant. Artists hate to work with me, Morrison, because every panel is 90% text. What do you think, Batman? Well, you know what I was thinking about it. This goes all the way back to the Illuminati. If you look up in like page 60 to 20. That being said, while this is typical subject matter for him, he is kind of restrained here, and this is interesting. This is what Grant actually had to say about what he wanted to do here. He said, "This is so much better than death. People have killed characters in the past, but to me that kind of ends the story." Yeah, right.
Wow, how amazingly profound.
No,
He obviously hasn't been reading comic books.
I was going to say,
very long.
that's ever happened. I like to keep the story twisting and turning.
Uncle Ben is the Winter Soldier.
So what I am doing is a fate worse than death. Things no one would expect to happen to these guys at all. This is the end of Bruce Wayne as Batman. Okay, now...
First of all, bullshit.
Wow, that sounds like an amazingly stupid idea, Grant. Please explain to me how you're going to make it work.
Yeah, your corporate masters at DC are going to let that happen when you've got the biggest movie of the summer coming out, and you're going to have Bruce Wayne not be Batman.
Oh, and also, let's
pull
bring
my
up the
other
fact-
leg.
Yeah. Also, may I bring up the point that I'm not really sick of reading about Bruce Wayne as Batman. In fact, I think it's one of the best damn ideas that's come up in the last 70 years or so.
Oh, what are you talking about? Azrael was so much better.
Exactly. Yes, and I didn't like this the first time when they did it and called it Nightfall. So why am I going to like this now?
Yeah, no, I read these issues, and they're actually one thing I really like the artwork here. It was really good. There's a lot of like the 2-page spreads in this that are really well done. That are very.
Is Quigley doing it again or
No. Who's drawing it?
I can't.
Tony, I can't remember the
But
guy's name.
they're very well done. They're very traditional.
I'm actually
Batman.
not a big
They're
fan of the art.
I really
Tony
enjoyed that. This
Bedard?
older
Bedard?
Batman, like 70s Batman look to it.
so like the Dick Giordano, Dennis
Yeah.
O'Neill era.
Yeah. That's what I got from it.
I do trust Leon on this infinitely more than I trust you, though.
Yes, well, you should, because, well, for one thing, he's actually a comics artist, and the other thing is he's more of a DC guy than I am. But regardless, Batman has come to believe that there's this huge conspiracy behind all the crime in Gotham that's always been there. An organization.
Bohemian Grove.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me see if I get this straight. Grant Morrison is writing about conspiracy theory, you say?
I know. What a shocker.
The deuce, you say?
It's called The Black Glove, and it's run by... It's run by Marilyn Manson. No, it's
sorry, that's just...
It's run by an awfully, like, really, this is the 21st century, and you're going to name a new villain Dr. Hurt, really? But yes, sure enough, named Dr. Hurt. Now, that's annoying, to be sure.
William Hurt.
Dick Hurt.
Dick Hurt, and this is my companion, Mike Hunt.
And apparently he's dating a black girl with red hair now. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, hey, it's the 2000, and we were on the verge of having a black president.
Batman is dating a black girl?
This is not the first time
Black
Batman's
girl with
dated a black
red
girl.
hair.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. Back when
This before you're not counting like
Kathy
the slave
Kane was
days
black?
of Elseworlds, right?
No, not
Okay.
Elseworlds. What you guys probably don't remember, because from Nightfall, was after he got his back broken. You know, the story turned to Azrael and how he was an asshole, and it took Nightwing and Robin together to shut him down.
He was kind of a prick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it was actually Batman that shut him down in the end himself, right?
Well, Batman's back was broken.
Hey,
but
I just want to hear about Batman's Jungle Fever, so the rest of you guys shut up.
okay, so while they were doing all this and Azrael's running around, Batman went to like Europe or the Mediterranean, and he got with a psychic healer, and she was black, who helped him with his back, and they fell in love during this time. Now, I believe she gets killed at the end of the story.
Well, she would have to.
Yeah, so he goes like, okay, well, now she's dead. I guess I'll go back to being Batman. She healed my back.
So he was okay. That was the whole thing.
That was how-
the
yeah.
breaking point for him was pussy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. It
Exactly.
always is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
How would you know?
I read about it online. I read Maxim.
So now he's dating I guess a mulatto chick.
Is she mulatto?
I don't. You know what?
Are we still allowed to use the word mulatto?
I don't know what we're allowed to say.
I know.
She's
Biracial,
Cablinasian.
is that what it is? Well, whatever
You
she
can
is.
say anything you want. We're the
You
ones who
goddamn
get in
right I
trouble.
will. I can call,
I
I
believe the term is mocha.
I can call her a swirl baby or a zebra if I so desire. But the fact is, she's a high yellow black skin chick. With red hair,
God.
and
Apparently you're my racist grandmother.
supposedly she's like the princess or ambassador from some foreign country that doesn't exist.
Wakanda.
No, not someplace so black as that.
Whoa, back up.
Yeah.
So like somewhere between Wakanda and Themyscira.
Yeah, and she's like the first chick he's dated who's smart enough to go like, oh wait a minute, you're Batman.
It was Black Panther and Black Goliath and Black Vulcan and Black Lightning.
Was there anyone
Why
else-
wasn't it Black Power Man? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
Why do all the black heroes have to have black actually in their name?
Because it was white guys writing those stories.
Yeah, but you don't see white man. And,
I know.
I want to see White Spider-Man.
Yeah. As Black Vulcan said, Aquaman didn't go by white fish.
But that being said, you don't see Asian dude or what have you. Of course, I can't think of
That's
any
because
Asian
Whitefish is a
superheroes.
little
You like the
too-
Mandarin?
In fact, I'm just saying,
Whitefish sounds-
Like, I love
Whitefish sounds-
he's a villain.
Now
He
you are
deserves-
falling into my secret prime.
That's what I love. Like as much as they want to make the Mandarin Iron Man's villain in the movies, the Mandarin has to be the most racially
He's
offensive
Fu Manchu.
character ever.
It's fried rice, you fucking blick.
he's like the Craw from Get Smart.
Soon I will destroy you, Iron Man, but first you eat whole buffet.
Okay.
You go now. You've been here for an hour.
Can I
Here for an hour, you fall into death clap.
Can I just point out a big weakness in the Batman comics in that, honestly, Bruce Wayne has crushed way more ass than has been presented in the comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see. Well, there's Peter Parker and Mary Jane comic. Where's Bruce Wayne and tons of hot chicks comic? That's what I want
I'm
to see.
telling
The
you.
real Fuck Batman. Let's just see Bruce Wayne going around nailing ass.
No, because pussy makes the Batman weak. He doesn't have time for it.
That belongs on a T-shirt, right?
One of the Spill members, I remember his name. Let's just call him Douchey McGee. He emailed me and said, "Man, did you check out the new Batman R.I.P? Can you believe Alfred is Batman's father?" And I was like, "What? You son of a bitch! I haven't. Why? Thanks for spoiling that for me." So I go to a comic store and look for these issues. I don't see that anywhere. I'm assuming the guy made it up. Or
Did you not read
No,
the second
he
issue of it?
didn't make it up.
No, there's some new guy who's like a police officer or associated with the police that's talking to Jim Gordon.
And he's saying that there was a big orgy that
No, the
happened.
whole thing is that the Black Glove Society is their way of taking down Batman is to attack him from all sides psychologically, including creating obviously a fake history.
Right.
That his dad isn't even really dead, that he murdered his mother and took off, and he's not even really dead, that maybe that he's not even their son really, that in fact he's the butler's son.
Which makes absolutely no sense
makes no sense at all. But that's
whatsoever.
the thing, is they're attacking him. The point is they're attacking him from every side. They're trying to make him doubt who he is, his mission, everything. Okay, sure. But this is Batman.
And then it's actually
It's
going to
not
turn out.
some emo kid. This is not Ian Curtis, okay?
Right.
No offense.
Yeah, and it's not like it's hard for Batman to find things out. Come on.
And this is the same plot for National Treasure 2, which is what pisses me off about that. It's like when they could have Nicolas Cage saying, "Hey man, your grandfather shot Lincoln." All you had to do was say like, "No, he didn't." Next question.
Well,
Instead, like, what? How could you say that? Well, now I'm going to travel around the world and find a city of gold inside Mount Rushmore.
Now I'm going to make
Yeah.
a bad movie to prove you.
well, knowing Grant Morrison, he's going to come out and say, yeah, actually, it turns out that I am Batman's father. And he's going to ride himself into the story, screwing Martha Wayne.
You know, Grant Morrison is the one guy who makes Alan Moore look sane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know?
he makes Captain Caveman look like the epitome of sanity.
And the problem is you can't discount Grant Morrison because he will turn out some good stories.
No, he will.
It's just that he'll stay on long enough to screw every one of them.
Sometimes his best stuff is his crazy stuff, though.
Sure.
When he broke through for a lot of people was Doom Patrol. When he took over, when he reinvented the Doom Patrol and made it into this astonishing but totally LSD-drenched comic book that was brilliant.
Yeah, but you can fuck around with the Doom Patrol because
Yeah.
you don't have like
Because nobody-
massive Doom Patrol fans going, dude, I can't believe you messed up Elastigirl that bad.
Exactly.
X-Men.
But you don't just like kick the door in on the Batcave and start peeing all over everything. Just like show a little respect for God's sake. So Leon, did you get those Punisher Warzone posters that I sent you?
Oh yeah, I did see him. They're beautiful.
Yes. I mean, it looks like the cover of Welcome
he
Back,
looks
Frank.
just like the Timothy Bradstreet covers.
Yeah. I mean, it's uncanny.
Yeah. No, I'm.
You know, because they didn't give him a lot of makeup or anything. I mean, that's the way Ray Stevenson was.
I can't wait for Punisher Warzone to come out, so I don't have to fight with anybody who tells me like, "Oh, I thought Thomas Jane made a good Punisher." It's like, really? Yeah, a Punisher on the Bizarro world. If you want to do like the opposite of what the Punisher is, and you want to make him a pussy pretty boy, sure, Thomas Jane worked fine. If you want to make the actual Punisher movie, this is what's going to do it.
Our award-winning question this week comes from Brock, and we're going to play this question in just a second.
Barack Obama sent us a question?
No, Brock.
Brock, as
Not
in Brock
Bo
Sampson.
Brock, as in
mind.
Brock Sampson. And you win the Indiana Jones soundtrack for whatever it's worth, which I'm...
Hey, man, he's not winning the Love Guru toy.
No, he's not winning the Love Guru toy.
This guy's
dodged-
actually
already
winning
worth
a
more.
prize.
You
You
know, it's
dodged a bullet there, Brock.
as much as, you know, I know a lot of people didn't like Indiana Jones like I did. I really liked the fourth movie. A lot of people didn't. But, hey, I hated the Star Wars prequels, and I still own the soundtracks because,
Wow.
hey, it's freaking John
Yeah.
Williams.
It's still John Williams. That's
So,
true.
you know, hey, good score.
And the thing is about the Indiana Jones soundtrack is if you're playing that soundtrack, you can accomplish anything. Bullets will not hit you. If you try to swing from one thing to the next, you will reach it. You will always hit your mark when you shoot a gun.
That's true. It is pretty much a superpower in
Yeah,
and of
it
itself.
is.
I drive with it. I've
Yeah.
driven through other people's cars.
You
and they've
will
melted.
get the crap beaten out of you by Nazis at least once a day.
That's
Well,
true.
there is that.
There's the downside there. Yes.
But, you know, statistically speaking, that could happen to you anyway.
Plus, almost every woman you date will be incredibly whiny and annoying.
Yes, there is that.
And you'll marry at least one of them.
Anyway, the question.
My question for you is if you could pick any graphic novel or superhero that you would like to see a movie made of, who would it be? Who would you get to star in it? And who would you get to direct it?
Having just rewatched Daredevil again last night because Carlisle assured me that the director's cut was so much better than the theatrical release, and I assure you it is not.
Oh, Carlisle says a lot
Carlisle,
of
a
things.
man who is definitely convinced that you can polish a turd.
Yeah.
Did you have to go somewhere else to watch this? And when you came home, were all your things still there?
Were your pants fully buttoned?
The thing is, Daredevil was always one of my favorite superheroes.
Yes, still is.
And it's not even like I hate Ben Affleck, but Mark Steven Johnson, the director and writer, as he gave himself credit for, the guy is fucking incompetent. He's not ready to do a superhero movie. And as we've seen from the issues that Brian Michael Bendis has written, and even Ed Brubaker to a degree, and certainly Frank Miller, Daredevil should be a hardcore crime comic.
Yeah.
And so I would like to see a hardcore crime movie with Daredevil, directed by David Fincher.
It's a great choice. I agree
love to see
because it
David Fincher
certainly
do it.
hasn't been done right
And
yet.
you know what? I would like to see Ben Affleck come back to the role and redeem himself.
I would not.
I'm okay with that. I thought he was a decent Matt Murdock.
I don't think he was awful. I just thought he was also. He's like Michael Keaton. It was a miracle he was passable in the first place.
Yeah, okay.
I think he was a horrible casted choice in the first place. I don't want to see him anywhere near that. In fact, I don't want
You know
to
what?
see
You
him.
might be right.
I don't want to see him acting anymore. He did such a great job behind the camera. I mean,
On
such
Gone Baby
a
Gone?
great job on
Yeah.
Gone
Yeah,
Baby
no,
Gone.
Gone Baby Gone was
What
like my
the
second favorite
fuck
movie
are you
of last
acting
year.
for at this point?
That's
you know,
true.
stay behind the
I
fucking
know. It's just
camera.
like, dude, you're married to Jennifer Garner. Enjoy your life.
I think they should redo Gone Baby Gone with Daredevil investigating.
That's it. That's the movie
I
wanna
would
see.
watch that.
Yeah,
I
you're,
would watch
you're absolutely right.
Actually,
that's
yeah,
the movie I want
like,
to see.
some of that stuff actually would work. The
It would
point
totally work.
Where he was in the bar, dude. Come on, I
Yeah.
can totally see Daredevil in that bar.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's just like, you know, be aware that it's happening in Hell's Kitchen at a specific time, and you know, go go rock with that.
What's
It's easy
yours,
to rock.
Bo? What's the
You
the
know,
one you
I
wanna
would
see?
love.
Green Arrow?
You know, I would have said Green Arrow, but obviously they're already doing a Green Arrow movie. My verdict is still out as to whether what they're doing with that is a good idea, but we'll wait and see. But I would love to see Frank Miller's Ronin back when I still liked Frank Miller. I would love to see Frank Miller's Ronin directed by Genet, the same guy who did
Interesting.
you know, just because his visual style is incredible, and that's like one of Frank Miller's most visually arresting things. Also, it was back when he still had something called a palette instead of just the monochromatic thing. So you know, you got these amazing, and Genet works really incredibly well with color. So you'd have these amazing, like, you know, scenes with like predominant blues and predominant greens and the red of the Ronin, and I think it could be really cool.
Now, I don't know if you made the same connection I did, but like Ronin, you know, it turns out it's like a paraplegic who's like psychically manifesting himself as a Ronin based on a TV show he watched.
Right.
But I felt like that TV show he watched was Samurai Jack. And when I watched Samurai Jack, I'm like, wow, this is that TV show from the Ronin comic book.
Yeah.
Jason?
I'd like to see Darren Aronofsky do Moon Knight. I want to see him dirty and street level, and honestly, I want to see him take the money away from Mark Spector and have him just be this, you know, as he's been at some points in the series, I think, just kind of this back alley MacGyver crime fighter guy.
Well, the coolest thing about the first series is that he had three identities. He had Mark Spector, who was the mercenary badass, who was the real identity.
Right.
Then he had Stephen Grant, who was the millionaire front.
Right.
And then he had Jake Lockley, who was the investigator, and he was a cabbie. And then he had all these little operatives on the street that he would use. And when they were really rocking with that, when Doug Minch was on his A game, boy, they had some really great stories.
He also had a hot girlfriend who put up with his bullshit.
Yes, he had a hot girlfriend and a gay Frenchman who flew him around in a helicopter. And
I just want to
he
see.
had a couple of black sidekicks, so he had street cred. It was awesome.
I want to see Moon Knight kicking ass, making his Moon Knight mobile out of stuff he finds in the junkyard. You know,
Making his Moon Knight mobile out of body parts.
you know, I really want to see him just scrapping things together. I want to see this badass superhero.
See, Tetsuo
You
the
know.
Iron Man mixed with Moon Knight, really? Where he's
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
and in that scene, just like in Hancock, they can play the theme of Sanford and Son.
With Jason Bateman as Frenchie.
Wow.
All right, Cyrus, now you. What's your answer?
I want to see. Okay, a lot of people liked Constantine. I
didn't.
I was not one of those people.
I did. I liked it.
I know a lot of people loved it. Now, I'm a gigantic fan of the source material, which was
Sure.
Garth Ennis's run on Hellblazer, his initial run, which was called Dangerous Habits.
See, I go all the way
Which-
back to Alan Moore with Swamp Thing when he first premiered.
Sure, when he first
Yeah.
appeared, he's a great character.
The
But-
movie did not hold a candle to those, but I still like the movie for what it was.
No,
But
I've watched it twice now. And I was like, okay, it's not awful.
I thought it was
but it's
cool and
still not all
stylish.
that. It's still not all that good either.
Yeah, I gotta say that every so often I take a shit where I go like, "Hey, come watch this."
Look at my poop! Oh my god, it's huge. Honey, you gotta see this.
it's in a donut. You gotta watch.
This is crazy. What are the odds that could
yeah,
happen?
what did Keanu Reeves
It
eat?
looks like Kim Jong Il. It's incredible.
It's the symbol of the black glove from Batman. R.I.P.
Oh my God! I just crapped out Grant Morrison.
And thus Grant Morrison was born. No, but there's this period that I was weird about the first time I read with Hellblazer because I loved the creation of the character.
Sure.
And then Jamie Delano started the series
Yeah.
of Hellblazer, which is this very dry at first, but interesting. Almost like in some ways the British history of magic.
Right.
Like this is magic in Britain. It's exactly what you'd expect. It's kind of dirty. It's kind of ugly at points, but at the same time, it's all too formal and
It's all very
annoying
proper.
too. It's very proper. And what makes John Constantine appealing is he's the guy who says, "Oh, fuck you, you giant bunch of wankers." But it's really about British culture, and I'd like to see Neil Jordan take on the story of Hellblazer.
I don't know if he has the subtlety.
As long as
Neil Jordan comes along with his sledgehammer again.
as long as John Constantine doesn't drop his pants and have a vagina, we'll be all right. But no,
At least not his vagina.
but anyway, guys, that is Leog number 7. This is the first Leog, the League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen, that's really established the gang as like this is like said. This is it. This
Only took 6 issues to.
So this is,
I forgot to say waka waka on cue. So.
this is League 2.0.
Yeah, this is League 2.0, the League Party, and we will be having more special guests after this. Believe me, there will be more guests coming in, and including Spill members that we would love to have come in and sit in
We
with
should
us.
thank our special guest Mary, who popped in for a little bit.
Mary popped in for a second.
Mary Poppins.
AKA Cyrus doing a chick voice.
Hey, it's nice to get a chick's perspective. Hi, I'm Mary.
Not that we needed it. I mean, the chicks they got the much smaller brains.
Whoa.
What? It's medical fact. Look it up.
It's science.
It's in the Bible. Come on.
It's a medical fact. It's in the Bible in the medical section. You have to pull out the medical tab of the Bible. There it is.
I've started raising some cotton out back. I've been meaning to ask you a few questions.
Thank you for joining us for our latest edition of Leog, the League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen.
Indeed.
We've had a great time here, talking to you folks, John, about comics and movies and every other geek thing you can think of. Don't forget, please keep sending us emails, asking your questions, giving us shit. Especially the audio questions, in which you will win a prize. I'm sure Cyrus will get something good for.
I'll find something. I don't have anything in my hands right now, but I promise you I'll come up with something to send you.
We'll bring you a cup made out of Joe Quesada's skull.
I will send you a picture of my poo
Hell,
from
I'm
the Black
excited
Glove
now.
Society.
And hey, keep enjoying the site, and we'll catch you again in 2 weeks.
Friend us. Send us emails.
Yes, please. Friend everyone. Friends, countrymen, Romans.
Prop up my frail ego.
And put us on your blogs. Dig, YouTube, MySpace, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
And send,
Adult friend finder.
Tell your
and
mom.
send Corey emails telling him that you like us better than a Coco, and why aren't we on the front
Corey and
page?
his damned midget.